Welcome back to the channel. Well, just waiting in Woodenbong for the Brisbane boys to arrive before we head off to Tenterfield on as much dirt as possible. So I'll give you some details as we get going. Boomai Creek Road starts just behind the Woodenbong Hotel and runs for about 28 kilometres down towards Urbanville, and then we'll go through Urbanville and head towards the Paddy's Flat turnoff. This road is dirt all the way, and Paddy's Flat Road, once we get there, again is about 40 kilometres of dirt on a 60 kilometre road. I've made videos specifically about Paddy's Flat not that long ago, so if you're really interested in the full road, by all means just go back a couple of videos and you'll be able to find that information. The focus of this video will be Rocky River Road, which is the last 80 kilometres of the run, and of that about 75 are dirt. It runs between Drake, really, that's where the turnoff is, to Tenterfield, or just to the back of Tenterfield. It is an interesting ride depending on the weather and just how damp the road is, but we'll talk more about it when we get there. And what I've done is I've left long film clips of the Rocky River Road in place so that those who want to do it can have a good look and see just what they're getting themselves into. This is an old farm road that connects Woodenbong to Urbanville. It was closed for about 5 months last year while a couple of the timber creek crossings were replaced with concrete slabs. You'll see a picture of one in a moment. This is one of the timber bridges that crosses over some of the creeks on Paddy's Flat Road. It's a good road in great condition. I recommend anyone should have a ride. And this is where the tank traps are, literally at Paddy's Flat, and where the soldiers were based in World War II. But as I said, I've got another video on that. Now you should move on from there and head down the Bruxner Highway towards Tenterfield until you get to Long Gully Road, and then turn on the left. And then you'll head on about 4 or 5 kilometres of blacktop, and then you'll hit the one and only Rocky River Road. Now this was quite a challenge, this road, because there'd been rain the night before, but I do hope you enjoy the video that follows. It'll give you a good idea of just what you'll be in for. Some very steep grades going both up and down, primarily up, and this is the best end, in my view anyway, to ride the road towards Tenterfield rather than coming the other way. The road itself, because of the rain, looks pretty good on top, but underneath it was, in most places, it was fairly soft, and more importantly, a lot of clay, I think. I had the honour of coming off just after we hit the road, damaged a GoPro and lost a little bit of footage, but the only thing that was hurt was my pride, really. The bike was fine, and so was I, as I landed in a lot of soft grass. But it made for an interesting start to the road, but it is a great ride, and I would do it again any time, but I would like the road surface to be a little bit drier first. As some of you who have seen my other videos will know, I'm a bit of a history tragic, but I've gone through the Kyogle council records, Tenterfield council records. I can't find any history of this road at all, and the town of Rocky River was actually down near Uralla on Thunderbolt's Way. So, and it was a gold mining town, of course, back in the day, and the original Rocky River town's fallen over now. There's not much of it left, just a ruined building or two. There was gold mined along this road as well, so maybe that's where the connection to the gold mining town of Rocky River came from, and perhaps they borrowed the name. But nevertheless, forgetting the origins of the road, it is an absolutely classic ride, and I have to agree with a number of other YouTube riders who have said that it's one of the best bike rides in the country. It really is. Lee and James want to explore the campgrounds. They're quite famous apparently along the river here, along the Clarence, so I'm going to keep going. I don't want any more water under my wheels or any more damp spots under the wheels. I've got Tractionator 50/50s on the bike. I think they're doing a pretty good job, but in some places they're holding on, but only just. I hope you're not getting saddle sore, but I really wanted to give the viewers an opportunity to see as much of this road as possible. As I said before, it is a wonderful ride. It's a fairly long and slow one because of the condition of the track in some places, but also it's pretty windy, very narrow obviously, and of course very steep in places. So it's worth having a good look at what you're getting yourself set up for or what you may need to come this way. But as I said, would recommend this to anybody. time for a decent break. Most of us did about 150 kilometres before we got to Woodenbong. And it's been a fairly long day. It's now sort of mid-afternoon. So it's time for a bit of a rest, although I think we've got a couple of more stops along the way. This old hut makes an interesting stop. Full gas bottles out the back and a new padlock on the door, so it looks like someone's been using it recently. Also a solar panel or two on the roof. No idea who's been here or what they're doing, and I can't find the history of it either, but it's a great stop.
Reflector behind it'll be.
Yeah.
We're staying tonight at the Peter Allen Motel, which is our usual overnight stop or stay. Looking forward to that, having a shower and a bit of a lay down, I must admit. And of course, dinner in the commercial hotel, always one of our favourites. It'd be nice to get something to eat. But we've got a way to go yet, although we must be getting pretty close now to the end of the dirt. It pays to remember that if you're going to take this track and follow the map, once you leave Woodenbong, the only fuel you can get is when you've passed through Urbanville, and that is providing the general store is open. There's a pump there. Other than that, there's no fuel available. So make sure you top up in Woodenbong and have enough fuel to get to Tenterfield. That's really the main trick. Also, coming up is what is no doubt the trickiest of all the crossings. Fortunately, there wasn't a lot of water in the creek when we went through it. It's a great photo opportunity if you've got anyone with you, and then from here it's really you're close to the end of the road, and then we can sort of get on some blacktop and head into Tenterfield. Well, that was a great day's ride. Long and tiring, no doubt about that, but certainly worth every bit of the effort. So can't wait now to get to the commercial hotel. Enjoy a lovely dinner as usual. I know the boys are looking forward to a beer, and so am I. So thanks for coming along for the ride. I hope it wasn't too long for you, and we'll see you on the next one, sooner rather than later, I hope. Stay upright, everyone.